Not a yo, but good after, not quite good afternoon, but good 11 o'clock to you. This is Darian Newsom in for Johnny Radio today. Welcome to Happy Hour. Landon and I are holding things down while Johnny is out of the studio. So you know what's happening today, Landon. When Papa's away, the kids will play. What's going on, Landon?
Man, I'm having a good old time, man. It's been a good morning. Excited about the NBA Finals going on tonight.
Yes.
Long-awaited return. There's a big breaks between the games. I'm not mad at it, but
Not a fan.
I mean, I think people like to see, a lot of sports. Last night,
Absolutely.
really only action we really had was some MLB games, and my Mets delivered. Yeah, extra innings win over the Nationals. Arguably shouldn't have struggled as we did, but hey, we came out on top thanks to big old Daddy Jeff McNeil.
Look at you. Kind of glad you brought that up. So today we're asking people, what are you excited about today on June 11th in sports? So we know the hiatus that the NBA has had. Last game played Sunday? Mm-hmm. So 3 days in between. You had you had a little Stanley Cup action. You've had some MLB action, little WNBA action, I guess, if you're interested in that. But some people are really itching to get that NBA fix, and I know I'm one of them. So hit us on the Sissy's text and listener line, 901-360-8255. What has you excited today in the world of sports? And whether it be your MLB team, UFC just had a big weekend, Father's Day. Do you know what us old heads look forward to on Father's Day, sir?
Grilling and chilling,
but yes, but mainly the U.S. Open. Nothing is better than that Sunday. It's played on our turf in the U.S., so we don't have to worry about weird times or anything like that. Watching the final, 18 at 9, 10, 11 o'clock at night.
Right.
Usually U.S. Open on a good Father's Day is over with maybe 6:30 or so, maybe 5 if Tiger's playing. You can call it pretty early, or if Schefter gets on the road. But looking forward to Father's Day this Sunday and sitting back, grilling and chilling and watching some U.S. Open.
Yeah,
I'm actually off. I'm not normally. So people, if that's why you're wondering, why is he so daggum excited about Sunday? I'm not normally off on the weekends. I normally work at the other place on weekends. So pretty happy. So what are you happy about, Landon, in sports today?
Man, I'm happy. Well, like I mentioned before, I'm happy about the NBA Finals.
Okay.
Game 3, but game 1 in Indiana should be really interesting. I think OKC, we kind of saw a return to form from them in game 2. Defense made a really good showing. Crowd in the paint, not really allowing the Pacers to really exploit any kind of weaknesses, which is what the Pacers do. They find a weakness, they exploit it, and they play their game. But there really wasn't any weaknesses with OKC in that game. But I'm also excited for the U.S. Open.
Look at you! I didn't think that would tickle your fancy. I thought I was on the island.
When you're on Sports Time and you have to make golf picks each and every single week, you kind of
shameless plug. Go right ahead.
Yep, a little bit. But you gotta pay a little bit of attention. Because I started on a 3-week streak. I picked the first 3 winners of the first 3 tournaments, and since then I've kind of been going cold.
Well, I'm very happy for you because as people know, you are my successor on the Sports Time show. So when I came back aboard, we were kind of in the middle of golf season, and I kind of got on a hot streak, and then I kind of did not, got off of it rather. So I guess my running joke with Brett and Bryant, we didn't know how the future would kind of play out, that I'd just end up on Johns only. But it was like, hey, beginning of next year, I'm kicking butt, because I held my own during NFL, as well as NBA, so on and so forth. But during golf, I just felt like that, not that I was dealt a raw deal. It's just from a producer standpoint, we weren't doing as well as John and Bryant and Brett, and I felt the need to hold it down for that room. That's all.
Oh yeah. Well, when you've got a Twitter handle named PGA Going from John Going, you'd expect somebody like that to really know what he's talking about. I mean, the dude runs Timber Trust. I mean, the dude knows his golf.
And he won. Is he leading right now?
No, I am.
Oh, so out of all 4, now, so that just wasn't a normal hot streak. Like, out of all 4 of you guys, you're in the lead.
I'm in the lead. I'm in the lead right now. Bryant's in second. He's making a little bit of a run right now, and
Who's third? Is it Brett or John?
I think it's John right now. I'll have to recheck the numbers. Shout out to Brett though.
Uncle Brett he'll make a run.
Oh yeah. Well, shout out to Brett. I don't know how he calculates the winnings and the earnings and making all the rankings and stuff.
Yeah.
But man, it's like when the tournament ends. Within 30 minutes, we've got the rankings coming up over text, so it's pretty incredible. But it should be a good week. We've had a few guests this week coming in on Sports Time, breaking down the U.S. Open, and it should be really interesting. They're saying that it's probably not going to be a lot of big scoring, I guess is how you'd like to say it. They're predicting the winner might be anywhere from 1 under to like 5 under, something like that. Like it should be a really challenging course. But
do you know where they're playing?
Isn't it?
I got it right now. U.S. Open is playing in Oakmont Country Club,
Oakmont,
a little northeast of Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
Last winter, Dustin Johnson in 2016. Yesterday, I was tuning in to you guys on Sports Time, and the great statistician Brett Stats Norsworthy rattled off, I think, the previous 10 winners, if I'm not mistaken. I mean, he went way, way, way back. But Dustin Johnson won it the last time they held it there. So looking forward to it, but pretty tough course. I don't know if did you ever play Tiger Woods on the PlayStation back in the day? Little PGA action?
we were I don't know, might get a little.
Or were
bit
you
of
a
heat.
Wii, or were you a Nintendo Wii golfer?
Oh man, we loved the Wii.
You were a Wii golfer, weren't you?
Yeah, we loved Wii golf, man. I figured it out. I like it, it's its own art.
It's its own art.
Yeah.
Hey, I think that we had everybody in the chokehold, from the golf to
you ain't kidding.
the racing, all kind of stuff. But I used to play the PGA Tiger Woods golf, and
we played that on Xbox.
And Oakmont was hard. I guess that's the point I was making. Oakmont was always one of the toughest courses on there, and for you to shoot 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 under, I mean, you had a hell of a day, hell of a week, hell of a tournament, something, because it's a pretty rough place to play. But, it's beautiful to watch because they're professionals. We're not, that was just on the game. So when you actually, get said club in hand, it's pretty awesome to watch these guys go out and try to tackle their thing.
Yeah. I mean, I've been a firm believer all my life that unless you've gone out and done it. You've experienced it firsthand yourself. It really puts into perspective like how difficult it is. Like you think of people, like who would you say in the sports world gets the most hate and criticism?
I mean, unfortunately, I'd say Angel Reese.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, you mean like in this game? Golf,
No.
Golf?
Just like sports in general.
I'll just say her. Yeah, I'm just going to throw her out. I'm just going to throw her out there.
My answer would be referees.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so referees get the most critique because no matter,
especially from Draymond Green.
Yeah. Well, you know how games play out and how they go. Whenever your team loses or something like that, you want to preface by saying, I don't want to blame the referees, but
they have a say in it.
Yeah, but they made some questionable calls. Well, a little peek into my personal life. I referee
personal life of Landon, as if it doesn't get discussed enough on.
Yeah, for real. You got that absolutely right. Tune into Happy Hour every day. You might learn something new about my life that I wasn't, intent on sharing.
Absolutely.
But with my father, we referee kids basketball for a church league, and when I tell you that those parents are more concerned about how we're doing our job rather than their kids playing basketball on the court.
Absolutely.
It's unlike anything you've ever seen. So me being that kind of person who's been in the shoes of a referee and here's the coaches complain, here's all this going on. Meanwhile, you're trying to officiate a game to the best of your ability. It's really, really tough.
I'm going to play devil's advocate with you on that because I was once upon a time a coach.
Yeah.
So I guess I'm lighting up and kind of smiling if you're watching on the Twitter or the X or the YouTube. I got threw out of a game once, and I was really, really proud of it, and I'm still proud of it. I mean, we had an okay team. I was an AAU coach for the Memphis Kings. My kids played, so I was a traveling basketball coach dad, and I kind of worked my way up to it from, just volunteering, hanging around, and then eventually the head guy said, hey, you want to coach your boys? You're always around. Do that. Team was pretty much okay. I didn't know. I felt like Penny Hardaway. Like I played basketball in high school. I thought I knew the game, but in order to teach it, I just was like, you guys aren't getting this, and it took a light bulb went off at some point during the middle of the season where I started understanding the plays because every AAU kind of organization or something, they have their own set of plays. Like the really good guys, the 16 and up guys they run wheel. So the 12-year-olds, they'll run wheel just to keep it in-house. And as they grow up, they know the plays.
Yeah.
So, needless to say, a light bulb went off in my coaching world, and I started coaching better because we started winning, and started playing better. And I stopped looking at just, hey, I'm just coaching my son out here. No, I have 12 other kids to give a damn about and try to make sure these guys get better. And when they do lose, hold their heads up, go to Memphis Pizza Cafe or whatever afterwards and be a great coach and all that other stuff. But long story short, it's off of Quince Road. I forget that church, and it was actually a church. So we're in this church. And having a team where you don't win a lot, you feel like from a ref standpoint, you don't get the whistle. So, all this is built up. I feel like I've become a better coach, and we're out there. And I mean, this is just it was blatant. Like, it was so obvious that I don't know if you knew some of these kids or, but for whatever reason, I lost it. And I knew it was going to happen because I was like, this is the game to get thrown out of. Like I'm about to let this 19-year-old referee. Dude, I got in the middle of the floor. I threw the ball because I knew eventually they were going to throw me out. So, of course, I knew I was in a church. So, no cursing or anything. But I'm like, you idiot. Like, this is stupid. And the parents, back to their point, that's what made me kind of go on this tangent. The parents were looking. They started texting my wife and stuff. They're like, you need to come get him. I think the cops are coming. Like, what is going on? He's in this church going ignorant. Like, and I felt like that day because of the equity I built up with my team, we hung out after practice, the boys spent the night over my house, so on and so forth. I just felt like I needed to show them that all the hard work you guys put in, somebody gave a damn about you. Yeah. So I take pride in it. Yeah, I let that 19-year-old referee absolutely have it. I annihilated him. And after he gave me my 2 texts, I just walked out the side door and just kind of waited because, again, you're in the church. I drove the kids there. It's like, where are you going? I can't really go anywhere. So after the game is over, I walk back into said church and just kind of mean mug the ref and sit in the stands with the boys and watch the rest. Needless to say, we lost that game, but but I feel like the refs were just screwing us, man. They were. So I had to, get on a landing once upon a time.
What age was that?
They were. This was probably my 13, 14-year-old group.
Oh, okay.
13, 14,
okay.
Something like that.
So the age group that we normally ref is
big boys. Yeah, big boys.
No.
You got the travelers.
No, we
got the ones that grab the ball and just running.
Yep, okay. We got the young boys. We got first to, I think, 5th grade is like the top that we do. Maybe 4th grade. We get the youngins. So it's for those young kids, it's you see a lot of pick up the ball, run down the court, run everywhere. Coach's main thing that they're yelling is dribble. So, is this the league where the goals are the smaller goals are on top of the bigger goals? No.
They're still playing. They're playing regulation.
Yeah, this is one up from that, where they have the goal on top of the goal, doing that short little court. But I'm not entirely sure how we even got here.
Talking sports, man. That's what we're doing.
Well,
man.
that's what we're talking sports. I just can't remember what led us down the road of.
Hey, this is happy hour, dude. Isn't that what we just because because we looked at our phone and we decided to do something in honor of Johnny. We can get off track and get off kilter. But yeah, I guess right now, that's a great time to kind of set the show up today. In just a little bit, we'll have the man, the myth, the legend, Dustin Starr on with us.
Oh yeah.
Have any idea what Dustin's gonna bring to us today?
Well, Dustin had a big event this past Sunday where he had former WWE Women's Champion Jazz on the show. I think they ran a training seminar earlier in the week with all the Memphis wrestling guys. I saw some update videos. It looked like that went really, really well. I mean, you're getting training from somebody who's been in the business, who has has won a major championship there and is now bestowing knowledge upon you. I mean, you can't. Okay. I'm sure you can pay for that kind of thing, but it's when you're there, it's priceless. So he had a big Memphis wrestling event this past Sunday, and he's got a lot of stuff coming down the line with Memphis Wrestling. You can check him out at memphiswrestling.tv. You can buy tickets, see who they've got lined up, who's coming in next, who's going to be their guest star. Because usually in every single show, Dustin's always got something in the works where he's got some kind of big star coming in to boost tickets for you to be able to do an awesome meet and greet with some people. So we'll see what he's got lined up there. Got a lot of WWE news coming through. We have
gonna let Dustin ride today.
Yeah, I mean there's always so much.
For some reason I want to give you I don't know why.
No, yeah. Well, I mean that's his thing. That's the 5-star way right there. But Dustin's doing a lot of work with that. He's also doing a lot of work with the Memphis Redbirds. Shout out Memphis Redbirds. So he's got a lot going on there as well. So we're gonna be talking about a lot of stuff going on
probably
in the world of
pick
Memphis.
His brain because I think I'm the affectionate. Where I say affectionate, I've had more jobs than probably anybody in the world. I used to work in the production side for the Redbirds, and 4th of July is a big day. So A, I'm not sure if we have a game in town, but B, if we do. Ask Dustin, see if I can pick his brain on what's going on. They probably giving away something free or something like that. So, but yeah, at 11:30 or just on the other side of the break, we'll have Dustin Starr coming with us. Me and Landon will get into the NBA Game 3 tonight. We've already asked you, did you like the hiatus? Did you not like the hiatus? What are you really loving or looking forward to on this day, the slow time of the year during the sports calendar, rather? Mm-hmm. What are you looking forward to? My big thing tonight, like I said, getting back to the NBA, Game 3 in Indy. Game 1 was a shocker. Game 2 was not so shocking, unless you thought Indiana was gonna, fight back a little bit. But other than that, Game 3, like I said, big game. We got some good numbers and stats about it. SGA. A little bit later on. Mm-hmm. NFL, we get a little time. I know you fancy yourself as a NFL analyst a little bit. A-Rod, Aaron Rodgers, signing a 1-year, $13.65 million deal, $10 million guaranteed. So looking to what the Steelers got going on. If you're a Steelers fan, let us know how you're feeling about that. The wait is over. You have the man. You have how Stephen A. called him, the bad man. I don't know if he calls him that anymore. He hadn't been bad in a while, besides probably bad on the field, obviously. But yeah, Aaron Rodgers with the Steelers.
Well, gotta be happy with that. That Mason Rudolph is no longer your guaranteed starting quarterback. I talked a little bit off air with Bo Marchant yesterday. He covers the Steelers, and we were talking about how there's no way that Mason Rudolph was ever the plan.
The happiest people right now that Aaron Rodgers is on the Steelers team, and I mean this affectionately to you. I think who I think the happiest people are. Madden players.
Yeah.
Because if you let's just say you play with it, because certain people, pretty sure you're a Tennessee fan. You're pretty sure if you play Madden, do you play Madden?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Love Madden.
So do you play with Cam Ward? Well, it's not out yet, right? The new one, 26?
I think 26. It's either out right now. I know they just released the cover. It's Saquon Barkley's.
Well, when the game comes out,
yeah.
if I were a Pittsburgh Steelers fan and I got DK Metcalf and Freiermuth and all of this good stuff, it's probably better to have Aaron Rodgers throwing the ball than Mason Rudolph.
If people
pretty sure those stats are going to be better.
If people play Madden like how I play Madden, I'm always trading people, requesting.
So you're not the realistic guy.
Well, I am to a degree. So I grew up a huge Tim Tebow fan. He was the first player I ever loved, which is consequently why I grew up a Gator fan as well. Since I've changed to Hawaii, shout out, go Bows. But with that year where Tim Tebow went and was like, you know what, I want to be a tight end. And the Jacksonville Jaguars with Urban Meyer gave him a chance.
Right there.
The most excited I was that Tim Tebow was a signable free agent. And I signed him immediately to the Titans, boosted up his stats, and man,
the rest is history.
The rest is history.
Did he end up Kellen Winslow as in he's a Hall of Fame? Would he end up in the Hall of Fame for your team? Did he play well for you?
He played well.
It
took a little bit of cheating, getting his reps and stats up a little bit. Man, it was pretty embarrassing.
I got a little cousin that plays 2K, and every time, like I just don't play with. I don't play against him with him. I don't do any of that stuff. Reason why his man is always a 99 and 7 feet tall. It's like
I try to make it a little bit realistic.
It's not real at all.
But. That's just the style of play you got on Madden sometimes is people go in, just do whatever they want. But with Cam Ward, man, I'm excited for his future. I've been listening to all the live reports from head coach Brian Callahan on giving his updates on Cam Ward and how he's doing. It seems like he's acclimating really well. He's picking up a lot. He's getting a lot of reps. News story came out that Cam Ward got kicked out of the facility one night because he just stays up there all the time, either getting work, studying. He prides himself on learning everybody's names from people in the cafeteria.
The beauty of being a rookie, man.
I mean, he's doing.
I bet
it
Aaron
right.
Rodgers ain't doing that.
No,
I think Aaron Rodgers is getting kicked out of a facility at this age.
I think once practice is over, he does his
practice
interviews
is over,
and he's out of here.
Oh yeah, we'll share some news if you didn't listen or if you've been under a rock. Aaron Rodgers had some big news he brought to the podium yesterday.
Tried to sweep it under the rug a little bit, just being like, I'll mention that real quick.
And it actually explains why he was gone. It explains all of the cryptic weirdness that were going on. Like there were reports that were saying, hey, he's not going to sign with the team because he doesn't want to play a lot of primetime games, if you see what I'm saying. Like if the schedule makers knew he was already on the Steelers, he'd have Thursday night games, he'd have Christmas games, he'd have Sunday night games. So there were reports, I heard some of that he didn't want to sign because of said schedule. But then other people were like, hey, I forget my man in the West Coast, but I forgot there was a report from my guy in the West Coast, and it was, hey, he's away because he's happy. Trust me, this is good news with Aaron Rodgers. Yeah. He's not in the ayahuasca under a tent and all of that other stuff. So actually, pretty good deal. But in honor of John, we are late for a break. So looking at the clock,
we're just staying to form
about that time. Absolutely, man. I think we did John well in the first hour, getting off topic, staying on topic.
We talked it all,
but
it's happy hour.
I don't think we went full John. I don't think we will either. I don't think we will either. But right now,
we'll save that for hardwood.
You got Darian, you got Landon right now. This is happy hour in the Family Leisure Studio. We'll be back on the other side with our man Dustin Starr.
Start your day with Sports 56 mornings with Greg Gaston and Eli Savoy. Weekday mornings from 7 to 10, right here on Sports 56 and 98.5 FM.
Tito's handmade vodka is America's favorite vodka for a reason. From the first legal distillery in Texas, Tito's is 6 times distilled till it's just right and naturally gluten-free, making it a high-quality spirit that mixes with just about everything. From the smoothest martinis to the best Bloody Marys, beyond the bottle, Tito's has gained a reputation for giving back, teaming up with nonprofits around the world to serve its community and do good for dogs. Make your next cocktail with Tito's and learn more at Tito'sVodka.com. 40% alcohol by volume, mainly 80 proof, crafted to be savored responsibly.
Pools, and more pools. Yes, it is pool time at Family Leisure. Family Leisure is already booking pool installs, so you need to buy now and get on that list. 24-foot pools start at $19.99 install. Liners are starting at $2.99. You're going to need some pool accessories, so they're all up to 20% off. Not quite ready for a pool? That's fine. Get a 5 or 6 person hot tub starting at under $7,000. You can also go for a swim spa or perhaps a cold plunge tub. Those are now $2,000 off. Get patio furniture up to 50% off on select sets. Buy your pool now. Get on that install list. Mention this commercial, and your install is free. It's underlined in the in bold print, so you know it's big. It's pool time at Family Leisure. Family Leisure, Whitten Road at I-40, where family and fun come together.
Rick's Powder Coating for a beautiful finish every time. Rick's Powder Coating specializes in automotive, ornamental, residential, and industrial coating. With 2 conveyor lines and the largest batch ovens in the Mid-South, Rick's can accommodate all of your powder coating needs. Locally owned and operated since 2002, Rick's Powder Coating will customize a beautiful finish
Looking for sports in all the wrong places? Try the Owner's Box Sports Bar and Grill in Lakeland's Town Square. Fun, exciting, friendly, and comfortable. Wall-to-wall TVs, 24 taps for all your beers, including $3 domestic and $5 craft drinks on Mondays. Monday through Friday, 3 to 6 happy hour. Music bingo Tuesdays, daily special. Owner's Box Sports Bar and Grill, Lakeland's Town Square. Highway 70. Check Facebook for daily special and weekend music at the Owner's Box.
I'm Gary York. I'm the service director of Lexus in Memphis. Our service department wants to be more than just a place where you get your oil changed. We do glass repair, windshield replacement, recalibration of your camera and sonar systems, even wheel repair, tire replacement, all the things you would expect from a luxury automotive dealer. Please check out our website. You can schedule your appointment, check out our specials, hours of operation, or if you'd like to do it in person, please reach out to one of our associates at 901-271-5199.
If you hit the number on your scales, you'll love 901-436-0272, 436-0272 for Millington Weight Loss and Wellness, 436-0272 for GLP-1 and NAD Plus injections, and Evolve X. Evolve X melts fat, tightens skin, and works muscles. Evolve X is safer, more affordable than surgery, and it's non-invasive. Contact Wellness Manager Aaron Chesty, 901-436-0272.
The only power source capable of generating 1.21 gigawatts of electricity is a bolt of lightning.
Now, back to Sports 56 Happy Hour on Sports 56 and 98.5 FM. Here once again, Johnny Radio.
Yo, welcome back to I tried.
Yo.
Welcome back to Happy Hour. Oh, this is Johnny Radio's Happy Hour, and you have the pleasure of listening to Darian Newsom and Landon Schmidt on the Happy Hour. Hopefully, your hour is all happy and nice and serene and all that good stuff. So,
Little Landon Newsom happy
little
hour.
Landon Newsom Happy Hour. little inside joke, because we actually like each other and we talk off air. So yeah, little Landon Newsom action, man.
I would say that's a good thing.
Oh goodness! All right, without further ado, we bring the man on, the man known all across the city. You see him everywhere. How can you not? I mean, give it up for Mr. Dustin Starr. Dustin, what says you, sir?
Whoop. What's going on in Dustin's world?
What's going on, guys?
Hey, how's it going? What was that, man?
It's
Did you
going
just
good.
drop a pan or something?
Man, no.
I don't know. He's having a little problem with the reception.
Yeah,
I think maybe you want to hang up and call him right back or tell him or something.
Yeah, I'll talk to him.
We'll keep it pushing. We'll get
Yeah,
Dustin back.
I'll see what's going on.
Sometimes it's technology, people. It's happy hour. You know what else do you expect to happen? But a little technical difficulty. But right now, I mean, I guess what we can do is we'll just we can talk NFL, Aaron Rodgers, or we can hold tight, see if we can get Dustin back. But yeah, Aaron Rodgers got some good things going on right now.
It sounded like there was like a wind tunnel or something going on.
I don't think Landon knows his mic is over, so it's
there
there he is. Okay, peeps, we may have Dustin back. No reason to get off kilter and go to Dustin. I mean, go to NFL. You good? You got Dustin? We good?
Oh yeah, Dustin's here.
Okay, all right.
He's ready to go.
There he is, the man, the myth, the legend, the man known across the world, the city, the everything. What's up, Dustin? We had a little problem with you, but nothing's too hard for Landon.
I don't know what that was.
Landon said he thought you dropped some frying pans or something.
Yeah, I mean, it sounded like a wind tunnel or something was going on.
That would have been Maria probably chasing me with a frying pan.
Man.
But it's another beautiful day in Memphis, man. I'm looking out my window and it's sunny and getting warm. perfect weather for, baseball, outdoors, and all that kind of stuff. So, yeah, perfect time for Johnny to be on vacation, I guess, right?
Yes,
sir.
He's gone away, but not forgotten. So I guess quickly before you get into the wrestling deal, you brought up baseball. I got a question to ask you about the Redbirds, sir. Are they in town on July the 4th? Are we playing home? I know 4th of July is a big firework deal with the game or whatnot. So I guess I should have looked it up. But I was going to ask you, are we in town on the 4th?
Well, usually I would know the schedule right off the top of my head, but I'm actually going to be out of town on vacation.
Okay.
But typically each year that there is a game, if it's not right on 4th of July, then it's that weekend.
Okay.
And usually there's a big fireworks display and all that kind of stuff. But Maria informed me, or I got an alert on my calendar, that we will be out of town, so do not book baseball.
Okay. I guess I was getting, and I guess to kind of put an end cap on it, I was going to be selfish and say, what are we giving away? I know we got a good giveaway there.
I know.
So, I was going to see if we can get a sneak peek, but pretty much it's probably on the website, so, I get it.
Well, at the ballpark just the last couple of times, they gave away some bucket hats that looked really cool with the Redbirds logo on there, and then there were some short-sleeve hoodies. I think there were some long-sleeve hoodies. And then, of course, they had the Minecraft Redbirds collaborated hats a couple of weeks ago. I got a couple of those, man. Those are really, really cool. So, no, you're asking the right questions because they have been doing some really, really cool stuff at the ballpark with those giveaways.
I know. I believe you said that every Saturday they do fireworks at the Redbird Stadium. Isn't that correct?
Yes. That started just a couple of weeks back. So, yeah, that'll be fireworks on Saturday night games.
Wow, that's
and this is not just some little firework display either. This is
oh no, man,
2 minutes or so.
Oh yeah, I've been, man. They throw it at you. It's almost like the whole show is a grand finale. I mean, it's incredible.
So I guess to jump in really quickly about the
Yeah.
firework display. Of course, everyone knows that the only person that has more jobs than me is Dustin Starr, and I work at Channel 5 too. So on those Saturdays, our backdrop when we're doing the live news is the downtown shot. So when those fireworks are happening, it always creates a very good goodbye shot when we're like, thanks for watching,
awesome.
so on and so forth. So on that Saturday, we tend to catch a lot of those firework displays, and it kind of helps to show.
There
So
you
when
go.
you see that in the background, that's
Yeah.
actually what's going on back there. It's not
It's
us
real.
pressing
That's
buttons, but
cool.
it's real. So
Wow, that's a little peek behind the scenes.
yeah.
We actually just recorded our 4th of July episode on Sunday at the Wrestle Center, and it was. If you think that weekly the show is crazy, this one featured a Lenny Subs hot dog eating contest.
Oh man,
And it got really crazy. And Landon, you know how things go when you've got
yeah.
tables and food
Uh-huh.
during a wrestling show. So, yeah, that'll be airing on WMC Action News 5 Plus on Friday night and on Saturday morning. So 11 p.m. Friday night, 11 a.m. Saturday morning. So shout out to WMC. That episode is going to be a ton of fun. So we just shot that for 4th of July.
Awesome. And you had WWE Women's Legend Wrestler Jazz up in the house. How was that this past Sunday?
Man, Jazz looked like she could beat all three of us up at the same time
know,
and not
man.
even break a sweat.
I saw the videos, man. She looked like she needs
Jeez.
business.
Yeah, she's got some biceps, her forearms are big. She is just built, man. And you lock up with her, it's over. I can tell you that. So she drilled the students, and also a lot of our experienced wrestlers stayed around for the seminar afterwards. So Jazz was great at the VIP meet and greet, and then did a great job on television, and even better following with our seminar. It was really, really good.
Absolutely. I mean, shout out Memphis Wrestling, man. I know people are always looking for stuff to do, things to go to, events to attend. Memphis Wrestling, man, y'all got it going on over there. It's a great, entertaining time. The people who are there, your fans, are so bought into the product. They're so bought into the wrestlers, and they're just I have been surprised that it just seems they never run out of breath or voice. It seems like from the opening bell to the end, they're always chanting. It's incredible.
I know everybody by name just about, and if I see somebody new there, I'm like, "Whoa, hey, who are you?" Like, it's become kind of like, let's say Miss Lois wasn't able to make it this time, and so several of the regulars that are there every time have like quote season tickets or whatever. They're like, "Hey, is Miss Lois okay?" I'm like, "Oh yeah, she's on vacation this week. That's why she missed the show." So Miss Lois and her husband never miss a show, but when she did, we were like, "Hey, is she okay?" it's become like a little wrestling family. Man.
Oh, I
It's
know.
awesome.
I mean, y'all got a real tight knit community over there. But man, it's a lot of fun to be down there. But what do you got? What do you got going on down the pipe with Memphis Wrestling?
Well, we just made a big announcement last night, and everything is all updated. So on Sunday, June 29th, James Ellsworth is returning to Memphis Wrestling. That's the bad news. The good news is TNA wrestling legend Shark Boy is coming to Memphis Wrestling.
All right. There you go. Got
So-
the no chin and a Shark Boy. How about that?
There you go. So I believe, if I'm not mistaken, I think that is Shark Week, and if it's not, then it's really, really close.
Wow.
And so we got Shark Boy. He's going to come in and do some, do a meet and greet, and then also he will be in the ring and in action. And if you guys are thinking, who is Shark Boy? Man, you guys got to look him up. He wears a mask. I love masked wrestlers. If you couldn't tell, the Shocker, and then Wonder Boy. Laurentez X is on the show with his mask, and then now we got Kalisto coming. He's a masked wrestler, and now Shark Boy. So I don't know what it is. I love these masked characters.
Man, I don't want to give anything away, man, but looking at Shark Boy, I mean, is he going to have a run-in with the Shocker?
Hey, give me a shell, yeah.
All right, there it is. I mean, now looking at it, I feel like that's gonna be one heck of a match going on there. But well, we had a pretty big weekend, I would say, in the WWE world. We got a new Money in the Banks. We got Seth Rollins winning the Money in the Bank. Mrs. Money in the Bank. I'm drawing a blank on her name. Wasn't
Naomi.
it? Naomi, that's right. Yes,
Yeah.
Naomi's that. But one of the biggest things that occurred over the weekend is the return of not R-Truth, but Ron Killings is making his quote-unquote debut in the WWE world. So never say never, but it seems like for the time being, booking R-Truth for Memphis Wrestling doesn't seem like it's going to be happening anytime soon, does it?
Well, at first I thought you were going to say Mr. Iguana, because he's taken the wrestling world by storm. Have you seen this guy?
Mr. Iguana?
Oh, my gosh, Google it. Just go on the Twitter machine and type in Mr. Iguana. He was on Worlds Collide. He had a cameo
yes,
and
yes.
a video package on Raw. Oh, my gosh. We're probably going to see Mr. Iguana on NXT or something.
Oh,
and
for sure.
It's this character he's got green and black face paint on, and he's kind of dressed like an iguana. He has a little stuffed iguana with him. And the iguana was doing moves. It was like hilarious. It was great.
That's incredible.
But anyway, Ron the Truth Killings, he's back. So, gosh, man, a lot happens in a week. Last week we were saying, hey, I sent, Truth a text message to see if we can get him in Memphis for something. And then 1 week later, he's already back with the company.
Yeah.
And I do believe that's what happened, Landon.
Oh,
guys,
yeah.
I think that he was released as a budget cut from TKO, and who cares really where it came from. The bottom line was they thought he was kind of done, and I just figured they would probably put him on a Legends deal or something like that to keep him in the WWE family. But oh my gosh, there was such an uproar online.
Oh, you ain't kidding.
And so much, I only remember this happening a couple of times in history. So Matt Hardy, when he went away after the whole Edge thing with Lita.
Yeah.
And then there was Drake Maverick, who a couple of years ago was released and had a video of him crying, and they brought him back because the fans just really were in an uproar. And then this one, Ron Killings, the Truth. He's back because of the fans.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you looked anywhere on social media, and when R-Truth first posted that statement saying that he was leaving the WWE, I mean, everybody thought this was a play to the gimmick, like R-Truth is just confused about where he is, what he's doing, because, that's exactly what R-Truth does. I mean, he's always confused, being a funny guy, but then for all the people backing it up, they were just saying, no, like he's gone, and all these other wrestlers are commenting on his posts and stuff, saying, man, Truth, you were such a legend, like, gonna miss you and all that stuff. Then makes his shocking return at Money in the Bank, and then the following show, I mean, he cuts off his hair and is kind of turning over a new leaf, where he was like, R-Truth was even admitting he was like, he's a little too funny, and now it seems like he's taking a serious approach. Do you think with this kind of turn that now we're going to see R-Truth in a world championship picture with John Cena?
And it makes it tough for R-Truth or Ron Killings to win the title.
Yeah.
I always thought that he had the popularity and the charisma and the skills and everything. He has the full package to where he could be a legitimate world champion, but he made so much money with comedy.
Yeah.
Well, now might be the time. The unfortunate thing is it's John Cena's final run. I don't know if Killings is the one that takes the title off of him, but I do think that Killings headlines a couple of pay-per-views and makes a ton of money off of it.
Yeah.
Now, if it was any other era and it was not John Cena's retirement tour, I think Ron Killings could beat him for the belt, and I think Cena would love it.
Oh, yeah.
Just imagine. I mean, Killings' career has pretty much, grew up watching John Cena. He's mimicked John Cena. He's taken the 5 moves of doom or whatever, and he's made them his own. So it just fits. And then, for Cena to slam him through a table, and then they had this big thing at Saturday night's main event, and now we're here, and Cena's getting a little bit of the heat off of it. I would love to see that. I just don't know if they would do it with Cena's retirement.
Yeah, I would say the only interesting thing you could really see with that is if John somehow, some way has a slip up, loses the title, and then just re-challenges and gets it back, and then becomes
right back.
18-time champion. Then really sets the bar high, and then
that would really make everybody mad. Are you kidding me? Oh my God, they would be so mad about that.
Just something like that where it's like a little quick run. And I mean, kind of shifting gears a little bit. That's kind of what we saw out of Jey Uso this past Monday night on Raw, dropping the championship to Gunther. I really don't think anybody saw that coming. But from a business side standpoint, because you really understand this business and what goes into it, do you think that was a good move, having Gunther reclaim the World Heavyweight Championship as early as he did?
I don't see a problem with it.
I don't either.
I really don't. Gunther they have obviously pushed him to be the top guy. And in the UFC and in other sports, man, sometimes there's a guy you just don't like that just beats everybody.
Yeah.
Tom Brady, Joe Montana. I didn't like those guys growing up. Now I respect the heck out of them because the only reason I didn't like them is because they always won.
They were always winning.
John Cena, Super Cena always won. So Gunther's one of those guys. He's just going to win. And I think it really made Jey Uso when he became Intercontinental title champion and then the world champion all within a 6-month span. Like, that's huge for him.
Oh, yeah,
that definitely
absolutely
boosted him up, and he's making big money at this point. Also, like, don't let the internet villainize WWE. I see them villainize every move that they make. They're a business, and not every move is going to be popular. Right. And they did correct it. So instead of, like, as far as R-Truth I'm talking about, instead of villainizing WWE for letting him go, like, they corrected that because of the outpour from the fans.
Absolutely.
So look at it in a positive light. Like, they took a business decision from a billion-dollar worldwide company and reversed it based off of what the fans thought.
Yeah.
That says a lot, man.
Oh, absolutely. That's exactly what I was going to say is you're kind of seeing that. Like, you could go back a few years and you could see all the comments that people would put on Instagram, on Twitter, whatever social media handle it was, and fans would be outraged about something and nothing would occur. Now we're in this day and age where it just seems like those voices are being heard, especially when it's an overwhelming voice. Like the release of R-Truth. R-Truth he didn't pull back any punches when he was saying that we brought him back. The uproar of people saying, like, why did you release him? Like, bring him back. Like, this is...
Even Triple H, during the scrum, the media scrum or press conference, he did say all part of the show, but he said it in a sarcastic, like, he's not going to get in the details, but it's all part of the show. You know what I mean? Just sit back and watch.
Yeah,
so,
I believe his quote was
cool.
you enjoying the show. Kind of playing it off like an angle. But, I agree with you. I think that speaks to the huge strides that WWE is taking. And speaking of which, right now, the WWE is doing their King of the Ring and Queen of the Ring tournament right now. Right now, it looks like Sami Zayn is getting a little bit of a push. And I've been seeing a few things because, Sami Zayn kind of has this ongoing rivalry with what I'm going to call them the Revolution, the Seth Rollins, Braun Breaker, Paul Heyman, all of them, until, they actually land a name. But he's kind of got this feud going on with Seth Rollins, and it seems like Sami's getting a little bit of push.
They don't have a name, do they?
Huh?
I said, they don't have a name, do they?
No, they don't. Right
kinda
now,
strange.
yeah, that's kind of just a faction. So, you had Evolution with all those big guys, so I'm calling them Revolution until something
That's
sticks.
cool, yeah. I might steal that.
Yeah, I mean, I'll text Triple H, or maybe you can text Triple H and
Big time, man.
just let
Yeah,
him know
I'm flattered
about
you
that.
guys think I could do that.
I'm sure you could. But it seems like, and I've seen some comments, I've seen some theories out there that do you think that we could potentially see a world championship run out of Sami Zayn, and that Seth Rollins then eventually cashes in on Sami to become world champion? Because Sami also has that history with Gunther, beat him at WrestleMania, ended his long streak of holding the Intercontinental title, all of these things. Do you maybe see Sami paving his way to being world champion on his own terms, like he says he wants to be?
He could. I didn't see Jey Uso getting it so early, so it could. I mean, just imagine if Sami fights back, gets the opportunity, wins it, and then immediately, like that second, Seth Rollins cashes in. I feel like that's something that the underdog Sami Zayn would happen to him like that.
Yeah, I mean,
but Sami's like a Swiss Army knife, man. He can do comedy. He could wrestle the Jackass guys or whatever, Johnny Knoxville.
Yeah,
he can be the underdog that people like Daniel Bryan just crying for him to win, and then he can be funny like the Bloodline. He was like the heart and soul of that whole Bloodline storyline. So really, the guy can do it all. I don't see why he couldn't. It would just be heartbreaking. I mean, like in a good way for television, for him to win it. And immediately it gets stolen away from him, and then you've got this big chase after it again with Seth Rollins.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
that could totally happen.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you kind of already saw that back, I believe it was in 2011 when Rey Mysterio captured his first WWE title, and then later that night after Rey beat The Miz after this long gauntlet match that John Cena comes out of nowhere, is like, you got one more opponent and it's me, and then John wins it immediately right back. So
crazy.
It's been done before, and it's been really crazy. The world of WWE, super entertaining. The storyline always keeps us involved. But switching back gears to Memphis Wrestling, tell us more about where we can find more information about it, where people can sign up if they want to train, learn more about it, taking tours, all those kind of things.
Oh man, we had a 7'2", 21-year-old guy come in the other day with his family.
Wow.
We invited him to the show on Sunday. This guy has to duck down before he comes into the Wrestle Center. You should have seen him sitting on the bleachers.
Need to introduce him to Penny Hardaway.
Oh my gosh.
Memphis Tigers,
hey,
big man.
7'2".
Brother, you're either going to be wrestling or we're going to take you down to FedEx Forum and introduce you to the new coach or something. Bro, I'm looking at my doorway right now, and I think he would be uncomfortable getting through this door.
Wow.
He's just a really tall guy. So, yeah, the cupboard is full with Memphis Wrestling, man. We have had we do our trainings on Mondays and Wednesdays. You can check that out, WrestleCenter901.com. All the information about Memphis Wrestling, whether it's T-shirts and memorabilia on our eBay store. Oh, my gosh, we've got autographed championship belts, masks, all sorts of stuff. So you can get all that stuff and tickets at MemphisWrestling.tv. But we're live again on Sunday, June the 29th with Shark Boy. And also this weekend on Saturday, just a big shout-out, we've got this big basketball game. Have you heard about it's the city versus the county? Drummer Boy, Kia Shine, there's all sorts of people that are going to be playing basketball.
This is an annual thing. I think they had it last year as well.
Yes.
Yeah, okay. Are you participating, good sir?
I will be doing a public address. I will be doing announcing there. So Mayor Lee Harris and, of course, Mayor Paul Young, they're actually going to be on the court playing basketball against each other with celebrity teams.
Yep. Lee Harris was jacked last year. That's what I got from him. When I saw Mayor Lee Harris, rather, with his basketball uniform, I look at the guns on that man. So he keeps in shape. Maybe he comes down to the wrestling center and works out. I don't know.
Oh, man, hey, I'm going to be handing out business cards over here because you got Kia Shine, Drummer Boy, you got Scotty Mason. Al Capone's going to be in the house. They got Olympic basketball players, former Harlem Globetrotters. Lorenzen Wright's brother, Lou Wright, is going to be there playing too.
Okay.
Wow.
Very cool. So, this is a star-studded lineup. If you guys hadn't heard about it, it's going to be It's going to be really cool. It's happening on Saturday. All-Star Celebrity Basketball Games. City meets county, and it's all going down at Southwind High School on Shelby Drive.
Okay.
Well, there you go.
Okay, all right.
So pull up.
Okay.
Yeah, for sure. Sounds
Like 2 p.m.
All right. Sounds like an
Put
awesome
Landon
time.
to work out there. You can give him a uniform or something. Let him ref. Here he's a basketball referee.
I've had my fair share of refereeing. Yeah, man.
It really was cool last year, guys. Like I'm gathering numbers and names and stuff as people arrive, and I get to meet everybody and see some of my favorite players, or meeting the mayors and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So it's a really fun time for me too. So I can only imagine kids coming in that are doing these basketball camps, meeting some of their favorite players. So.
And Dustin, before you get out of here, I wanted to give you a little nostalgia moment I had the other day. And I'm pretty sure you know these guys. Not sure if you're in contact with them to this day or whatnot, but just humor me. I was a USWA baby, coming up, Lance Russell, Dave Brown, so on and so forth. I saw a video this week of King Cobra and my man Reggie B. Fine talking to each other. So from me to them, just thank you for what you guys did for Memphis wrestling. I mean, Superstar Bill Dundee, all of those guys, the King Cobras, like our downtown Bruno, those are the guys that, the hairs on the back of my neck stand up for. So when I saw that video, I thought, I was like, hey, I'm hosting. When I talk to Dustin, I'm going to bring it up and just, I don't know if you have an update of how those guys are being, but to see King Cobra and Reggie B. Fine, I was just like, those are my guys right there, man.
Yeah, I took that video. That was at the Wrestle Center.
That was yours?
Yeah.
Yes, Reggie B appeared for us on Sunday, so he came and toured last week, and he's been friends with King Cobra forever. Now, I used to wrestle Brickhouse Brown and Reggie B. Fine every single weekend for probably a year or two.
Brickhouse
we would
Brown.
do a tag team match.
Shout out Sweet Georgia Brown, the sister of Brickhouse.
There you go. And Brickhouse Brown and Reggie B. And so, Reggie B took the tour. He loved it. He came back to our TV. He wants to come back, so you'll be able to see Reggie B. Fine coming up on Memphis Wrestling very, very soon. Man. Hey, man, it's my job to keep that going. I grew up watching them just like you, so believe me, if there's an opportunity to book the Gilberts, the Lawlers, the Jerrys,
hot stuff. Rest in peace, hot stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I will bring them in. They just have to be willing to come. It has to be a good business deal.
Man, that is awesome. Thank you for joining us. You put a smile on my face, man. Those are my guys, man. I mean, like you said, you brought up hot stuff, Eddie Gilbert. I mean, those are my guys, man. Repeat hot stuff. But thanks, Dustin. We'll catch you on the flip side next week. And unfortunately, you won't have the great Darian and Landon. You'll have Johnny Radio back with you next week. So, you won't be able to talk to these awesome guys. We'll be on the other side of the board, but you'll be in good hands with Johnny next week.
You guys are going to have your own show. This one's going to be so much better without him.
You see what I'm talking about, Andy? Come on, somebody. Thanks, Dustin. Thanks for joining us.
Be blessed, homie.
Thank you, guys.
All right, y'all. It's time for us to get out of here. Catch us on the other side. We still got quite a bit to talk about. We got Landon's refereeing career and my coaching career.
I don't think we want to talk about my refereeing career anymore.
Landon's great fishing, angling career that I found out today. My man is an angler. So there's so much to talk about. So a lot of us on the other side. Again, this is Darian and Landon. We are in for Mr. Johnny Radio. We'll have some NFL on the other side. We'll have some. We'll read some of your texts. Some of you not so happy about golf on Father's Day, and I'm like, okay, all right.
Well, there's opinions.
Yeah,
and there's wrong
we'll
opinions.
share some good news that our man Matt sent us. Matt, we see you. Congratulations on the good news. We'll let the world know what you got going on the other side. But coming up, a lot of NFL, a lot of NBA, Game 3. And what are you happy about right now in the world of sports? Slow time of the year, we know, but you got some MLB going on, you got some USFL going on, you got quite a few things that you can be happy about right now. So hit me and Landon up. We'll listen to you. We'll get it out over there and let you know. Everything's everything, I guess. So
there it is.
Let's get to the other side. So you're listening to Happy Hour right now. Let's get to the other side of the break.
When you're hungry for good meat, trust the family that has been feeding Memphis since 1967. Charlie Hogan and the Grand meat for delicious pork ribs, chops, and butts. And plus Triangle Meat for tender chicken you'll love. Eating lots of folks, Triangle Meat Company has all the meat you need. Shop Triangle Meat Company, 8 to 5, Monday through Saturday, 4790 Summer Avenue, 901-683-1192. Fresh and frozen, big or small, trust Triangle Meat Company.
Welcome to Triumph Auto Sales, where you'll have a great car buying experience. Triumph Auto Sales is your number one source of quality pre-owned vehicles ranging from lease returns to new car claims, all at huge savings. Plus, Triumph has a full array of financing options to meet your needs. Find your next car online at TriumphAutoSales.com or stop in today at 4875 Elmore Road. Triumph Auto Sales will help you get the vehicle you want at the price you need and the service you deserve. For a great car and a great experience from a local and family-owned business, visit Triumph Auto Sales.
Take your basketball skills to the next level at Shoot 360 Memphis. Shoot 360 is a revolutionary basketball training facility that combines cutting-edge technology with gamification and provides instant objective feedback and hands-on one-on-one expert coaching. And now, introducing Shoot 360 for you, a newly renovated 50,000 square foot facility with 2 NBA regulation-sized courts, 3 high school-sized courts, and 4 shooting bays with Shoot 360 technology. Memberships are now on a monthly basis. And yes, you can become a member in both locations. Whether you're an aspiring young talent, NBA player, or looking for a unique workout, all skill levels are welcome at Shoot 360 Memphis to learn proper shooting and passing techniques, improve fundamentals, and gain a competitive edge while having fun. Shoot 360 Memphis now in Cordova and Collierville. Call them today at 901-779-3176. That's 901-779-3176. The future of basketball training is here. Shoot 360 Memphis.
I'm Gary York. I'm the service director at Lexus in Memphis. Our service department wants to be more than just a place where you get your oil changed. We do glass repair, windshield replacement, recalibration of your camera and sonar systems, even wheel repair, tire replacement, all the things you would expect from a luxury automotive dealer. Please check out our website. You can schedule your appointment, check out our specials, hours of operation, or if you'd like to do it in person, please reach out to one of our associates at 901-271-5199.
Drivers who switch and save with Progressive could save hundreds. With that kind of money, you for water bottles. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates not available in all states. Potential savings will vary.
This is Original Sports Station. We are Sports 56, WHBQ Memphis, and W253DF Memphis.
Today, I consider myself the luckiest man on the face of the earth.
Now back to Sports 56 Happy Hour on Sports 56 and 98.5 FM. This hour is brought to you by Tito's Vodka. Here once again, Johnny Radio.
We're gonna try it again. Yo, 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 yo.
Yo, 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 yo.
There you go, Landon. Yo, we are channeling our inner Johnny.
Trying our best.
This is Happy Hour with Johnny Radio. Obviously, I am not Johnny Radio. I am Darian Newsom with my main man, Landon Schmidt. Landon, have you given out your X or your Twitter handle today?
No, I haven't.
How can the people reach you? We should not be on air and not getting more followers and more love from the people that obviously love us.
Well, you can find me at Lance Schmidt 41. Lance was a nickname given to me by my buddies a few years back. I'm not sure where it came from, where it originated, but it just landed and stuck. Oh, get it? Landed. Used my name there. All right, that didn't land, but yeah, Lance Schmidt 41. You can see all the updates about all the sports time. If you're looking for updates about anything Mets, Titans, Hawaii football. I know nobody's out there looking for updates about Hawaii football, but
hey, don't sell yourself short.
that's all right. But I'm usually reposting stuff on there, telling you about what guests we have on sports time. Every now and again, I'll tell you what we got going on Johnny Radio with Happy Hour, all those kind of things. So, yeah. doing that. And also, you can catch me every single Wednesday talking wrestling and Memphis wrestling and all those kind of things with Dustin.
Look at that. See, that's what I'm talking about. I need to learn how to plug. Let me go ahead and plug mine.
Go ahead.
NEWSOME_901. My man Gabe actually helped me come up with that, so I have no history. I just felt the need to give the history on my X or Twitter handle. I actually got it when I first started working here, and Gabe was like, no way in the hell that you're going to work here and not have a Twitter or an X handle. So shout out to our main man Gabe, who helped me get my Twitter handle. Newsome_901.
There you go.
I don't have a great story like you, but hey, I did it. So, anywho, back to the lecture at hand, as the great Calvin Brodus would say. Calvin Brodus, Snoop Dogg. Shout out Snoop. NBA Finals tonight, man. Game 3.
Game 3.
It's that time. We've held it off long enough. It's time to get some insight, get some Lance breakdown on this NBA that we got tonight. But as far as me, I think the game is way more pivotal for Indiana. Reason being, obviously, we know what the monster OKC is, defensively, offensively, so on and so forth. I just come from the simple fact, and maybe I should have looked this up, but I know the percentage is high, very high. The winner of Game 3 coming off of the 1-1, tie, obviously wins the majority of the time. That's the only that's the big stat that I'm looking at. The winner of Game 3 goes on to win the series. I believe it's 50 or 60% of the time. My apologies for that, but I do know it's heavily favored in the person or the team that wins that game. So from that standpoint, to have a nail biter, which you can probably look at either direction depending on which team you are, whether you say, hey, Indiana Pacers won that game, or OKC, let it slip or let it get through their hands, or however you want to look at it. If then you turn around and lose the next 2, it's like that Game 1. Was it lucky? Did we mess around and put ourselves in a position to be gentlemanly swept out of the series or whatnot? So you don't want to put yourself in that situation if you're Rick Carlisle. He's a championship coach. A lot of people don't realize that he's had to climb a mountain or two before. He was the coach when the not 3, not 4, not 5, not 6 Miami Heat got together and played against Dirk Nowitzki and Jason Kidd and those guys, and they won. In the world, they were huge underdogs. No one thought that the Mavericks could win. It's like you're not beating LeBron, you're not beating Chris Bosh. These guys came here. They came here for a reason. They're a superpower, and look at what happened. That was Rick Carlisle's team, and on some weird level, he should have, or he probably is feeling that same kind of pressure as far as a mountainous hill to climb. It's like, hey, these guys are the best team in the NBA all year. They have been. Defensively, they shut people down. Offensively, they can get up and go with the best of them. They can play big boy ball. They've shown a propensity to kind of play any kind of way, similar to how Boston did last year. They can go big. They can go small. So how do we conquer this? So, Mr. Lance, I ask you, how does Indiana conquer this tonight?
Well, I think the thing that you've seen with the Pacers this postseason specifically is how they're able to make these improbable comebacks, and how they play their game is they find a weakness or they find a vulnerability in the other team, and they exploit that all the way, and they play to the very end of the game. I don't think you saw a lot of that in Game 2. I think I believe it was 4 minutes left. It almost kind of seemed like the Pacers pulled the plug on the game. They weren't really attacking all the way to the end of the game. They weren't attacking like they did in Game 1, and it just seems like they let off the gas a little bit. But also with that, a large part of that was due to the fact that we saw a return to form with OKC. OKC has basically prided themselves on being one of the most dominant defenses in NBA history. I mean, they crowd the paint. They don't really let you get anything going. I know there's a lot of stats out there of every time that the Pacers or Tyrese Halliburton went on a drive. It was very unsuccessful.
Them,
Oh yeah, they completely collapsed them. Whereas on the other side, you got SGA. You've got screens and stuff being set up about 31 and a half feet or something like that from the goal.
That's all Hardenstein too, by the way.
Oh yeah,
all Hardenstein.
and he just and SGA is so quick and so fast and is such a master at the mid-range shot that he's just right there, boom, bucket in, and he's on his other side. But the defense is what is truly incredible with OKC, and I just think in Game 2 they didn't give him any ground. They didn't give him any space to really work, to maneuver. I mean, Tyrese Halliburton in that Game 2 had 5 points all the way up until the fourth quarter.
Yeah, then he decided to start cooking.
Then he decided to start playing and taking shots and stuff like that. But the way I've heard ESPN analysts describe it is those were just empty calories. The game was said and done. It was over with. He wasn't really contributing anything, and it was not what you like to see out of somebody you want to claim as being a superstar point guard. And I know that I know the Pacers play their game a little bit differently. You're not going to have that one dude that's getting 30 points on your side of the ball with the Pacers. They're more of for lack of a better term, they're more of a democratic offensive scheme where they're going to let all their players contribute. You're going to have multiple guys with double-digit points, but they're not going to be really touching the 25, 30-point like
team
as
game.
Yeah, it's very much a team game. But you could say the same thing about OKC, whereas you have that main drive.
You only got one.
You have that main drive in SGA. I mean, SGA, I saw this stat that his career average right now of points per game is over 30. That's his NBA career average, which is insanely impressive to do. I mean, that's just unheard of. I mean, you're putting him up in the category, I believe, his offseason stats of his points per game is in line with LeBron James and Michael Jordan right now, which is just unreal, unbelievable. I wasn't going to say unheard of because we've heard about it twice from LeBron James and Michael Jordan.
I got some numbers for you. I'm glad you brought SGA up. So
SGA,
72 points, most by any player in his first 2 NBA Finals game in history. So that is unheard of. So from that standpoint, because he's number 1 all time. So my pop quiz: whose record did he break? 72 points in the first 2 final games. So most points in first 2 finals games. In your first 2 finals games ever. Broke a pretty famous guy's record.
I want to say MJ.
Nah, the guy, he just turned 50 the other day.
Just turned 50?
Just turned 50 the other day.
And Wilt? No.
Will's like...
Will's way older, my bad.
Will's 50 years old. Will Chamberlain is 3 years older than John Harden. Are you serious?
No, that was a good joke.
I'll help you out. Allen Iverson. Allen Iverson,
that's right.
Only by 1 point, strangely enough. Allen Iverson in 2001, his 2-game record of 71 points against my Lakers, and that was Shaq and Kobe, Robert Ory, and those guys. But the thing that stuck out to me, and the reason I kind of honed in on this stat, AI's, his first game was 48 points. So if you're old enough to remember that 48-point game, the 76ers actually won that game the same way the Pacers kind of won their first game. It's eerie. That's all. That's all I'm saying. But also, that was the game that made Tyronn Lue famous. That was the in the corner jump shot. Allen Iverson looks down at him and steps or stomps over him, however you want to call it, with the Allen Iverson shoes on. You know, he had the braids, the tattoos, and he laid one on him. And I had to go back to school the next day, and everyone's like, 76ers got y'all guys' number. But we all know how that turned out. Shaq and Kobe, gentlemen sweep. They won the next 4. The rest is history. But 71 points, most points by anybody first 2 games of their NBA Finals career was Allen Iverson until SGA. So. There you have it. Like kind of like giving it out. It takes me back down nostalgia's lane or whatever, memory lane or whatever you want to call it. But kind of with you. OKC, big juggernaut, mainly on the defensive end. What I'm kind of looking at is Pascal.
Yeah.
The guy that John doesn't want to give any credit for. So I will take the time to sit in John's seat and play devil's advocate because he does not want to give the Eastern Conference player of the
MVP.
MVP his credit or his just due. I can't give it to him just yet, but what I mean is what I'm looking for is Pascal to have like a championship moment. He not only is Rick Carlisle a champion, Pascal is also a champion. I'm looking for a 30-piece. Like, in all honesty, he plays so much better at home than he does when he's on the road. He's the one guy that's kind of the matchup headache for OKC because if you put Hardenstein or my tall, long guy, Chad, I want to say Chet. If you put Chet or Hardenstein on him, he's a little too slithery. Even though Chet is obviously skinny and slithery, not as much as Pascal. I think Pascal can have his way kind of offensively if he catches the ball at the elbow or kind of out on the wing, 3-point line, give a jab step, kind of see what he got. Are you going to back up? Or are you going to play me tight? I think Pascal has that type of advantage. Halliburton, man, have you ever seen a guy we've had more conversations on what kind of player is he? Are you a superstar? Are you not? Are you just clutch? Are you, is this just your shining moment? Will this happen again next year? What kind of player are you? This is normally when you get to the playoffs, you have a defined role. You have a defined Landon is such and such. Darian is such and such. John is. We know who and what you are by the time we get to this point in the season. I've never seen a playoffs where, is this the guy the most underrated or is he overrated? What is he? And he lends those conversations by having those type performances, like what you just brought up. I forget how many he had in the fourth quarter, but as I was watching it,
I think he had 12.
Start hitting threes, start getting to the rack all of a sudden.
He all of a sudden started wanting to play.
I don't want to talk about the broadcast team, but Richard Jefferson just ain't tickling my fancy. But he brought up some good stuff. He was like, "Why are you waiting to now, Halliburton?
Yeah.
This should have been what you were doing from where it go, from first quarter, so on and so forth." That guy's an enigma, man, and he's a good player. I want to call him a star. A superstar is someone who put butts in seats. So I will call him a star. You have to remember when he was actually traded from Sacramento to the Pacers, he and Sabonis. He and Sabonis both were all-stars the next year. Yeah. So you kind of saw something, if you didn't know this was coming, you kind of say, hell, hey, we traded an all-star for an all-star. Good job on both sides of the fence right there. Getting productivity from people that you kind of traded for. So you saw something coming from him. You just didn't know what. But I have a hard time calling him a superstar, but also have a hard time leaning on him to kind of get them going. So I want Pascal. This is Pascal Siakam or bust to me. So what say you?
I mean, I totally hear that, and I totally agree with it as well. I think the big word when it comes to Tyrese Halliburton is consistency. You want to see consistency from your star players. You want to see consistency from your teams. And I think right now what you can define Tyrese Halliburton as is very inconsistent. He can have a superstar game.
Roller coaster.
He can have a superstar game like he did in game 1, and then game 2, it's almost like, well, where did that guy go?
Could have put you or me out there.
Yeah.
We could have did that.
We could have done that. We could have had 5 points maybe. Well, I don't know. That's the NBA. I don't think I could put 5 points up on those guys. But
hey, man, I despise all those people that get those shots at the game. That's what I got to ask Dustin. I don't know. Are we like partners or something? Can I not participate in that? Being a former hooper, I want to be one of those people that are taking the half-court shots for $100,000, $20,000. It's like, come on, give me 6 shots. I know I can make one.
I mean,
I've done it before.
They always
free throws, like. Y'all are missing free throws.
They always have those kind of stuff going on. I think it's just.
How do you get chosen? I never get chosen. It's like
I've been chosen for a couple.
You've been on the court to do something.
Oh yeah.
What was it?
So my most recent one was
recent.
Yeah, it was fairly recent.
Landon Schmidt.
It was
man of the hour.
It was a Timberwolves game.
Okay.
And this is actually a really funny story. So back, I believe it was in 2019. 2019. It was around New Year's time. The Timberwolves were in town for that game, and I got super kicked in the face by the Young Bucks on the court. They put me in a Timberwolves jersey. I was wearing Crunch's jersey, and they were asking kids their New Year's resolutions. They come to me, and they're just like, no, we ain't talking to you. And then this world-renowned tag team, the Young Bucks, turn around and are like, all right, we're going to kick this dude in the face.
And they kicked your teeth out.
Yep, they sure did. It got my one little
No way Dacus allows anyone to kick him. No way Dacus allows anyone to kick him.
No, I don't think so.
I don't think Brian is messing the mug up, man. I don't think Dacus is messing the mug up.
No, but then this most recent one, who's back in town? The Timberwolves.
Yeah.
And who do I have to support? The Timberwolves.
Yeah.
They put me in a Timberwolves shirt, played a little hide-and-seek game. Of course, somehow, some way, the Grizz found me, and I got a huge little Costco cake shoved right in my face. It was.
So you participate, but none of the
No, it was
the
it's
shot
not
making. That's what I was talking about. Like the really interactive, like the shot making.
Yeah,
or
I'm on the receiving end
of
of
props. And stuff like that.
I'm being for lack of a better term, beat up. But I agree to it. I volunteer for it. I'm okay with it. It's a lot of fun to be out there.
Get you. But yeah, I mean, I'm totally with you. When you love something, hey, that's what you do, right?
Yeah,
right?
absolutely. But
oh man.
Yeah, those are always fun.
Sweet memories, right?
Sweet. Well, I mean, the cake was sweet. It was very nice. But so I guess that was a quote unquote sweet memory. But
did you have any Tito's with that Costco cake?
I didn't, man.
No
but
Tito's.
I know right now. I mean, hey, that old country song. It says it's 5 o'clock somewhere, but with Tito's.
Do you think Johnny is drinking Tito's right now?
I mean, it'd be hard to believe he wouldn't be,
What do you think he's drinking? Is he drinking it straight? Is he drinking it with orange juice? Is he Bloody Marying it out? He put me on Bloody Marys too, by the way.
Well, he always usually does his little handles like when life gives you lemons.
Yeah,
don't fret, don't freak out. Just make a little lemon drop. Make sure you do it with Tito's, the best handmade vodka. I can't remember how many times it's distilled, but it's distilled right here in the heart of Texas, which is about as American as you can possibly get.
John, if you are listening, that should have made your heart very, very warm. We practiced that.
Well, we didn't.
We did. We
didn't practice
that.
That's right off the cuff. But make sure you guys, man, if you're going to do anything, do it with Tito's. Tito's goes good with anything. Sweet tea, Sprite, you name it, it goes good with it.
Hopefully Rick Carlisle won't need, or maybe he will need some Tito's. Maybe he can have a celebratory Tito's tonight. So needless to say, we were both professionals right then talking about Game 3 tonight, as I don't think you gave away your pick. I did not give away mine. We can hold it till, like the big boys do.
Hold it till betting time.
We'll hold it till betting time to kind of let you know. But if you're listening to us, you can kind of tell which way we're leaning or which way you think we're leaning. Mm-hmm. Game 1, just kind of give you a recap. Game 1, 111, 110 Pacers. I'm sorry, that was not game 1. I'm sorry. I was looking at
120, 119.
Yeah, no, I'm sorry.
Or 121, 120, something like that.
I was looking at the series. What was I looking at? Yeah, that's Pacers. Yeah, I'm sorry. That was correct. I'm sorry. The numbers were just so gaudy. Game 1, correct. 111, 110 Pacers. That was the Tyrese Halliburton shot heard around the world once again. Game 2, still in OKC. The Thunder act like the Thunder. They acted like they've been there before. Like they were the best team in the league, the 68-14 best team in the league. They won 123-107. So now the deal moves to Indianapolis, the house that Reggie Miller built. That guy, he has to feel good for him, especially seeing this is the 25th year anniversary since the Pacers have gone to the playoffs. That was led by, I believe, Detlef Schrempf, Chris Mullin, Mark Jackson, Reggie Miller, and Rick Smits. I think that was a starting 5. Look at me. I'm pulling out a little Johnny right there. And the head coach, if I'm not mistaken, Larry Bird. Someone can check me on that if I'm not right, but I think so. I think that was the starting 5 as well as the coach, Mr. Larry Bird. Unfortunately, they fell flat to my Lakers as well, but the same about the Lakers. I ain't going to make it about the Lakers right now. But the Pacers, again, they're at home. I really, really think this is do or die. Really do.
Yeah.
They better win.
Yeah.
If not, if they don't win, but I told you futuristically, as John is always talking about Miss Cleo, if I say Pacers don't win tonight, but they win the series, the only thing I can say is this is going to be a hell of a series, because now you're dealing with what, 3 out of 5?
Yeah.
Winning 3 out of 5 games. And if they don't win tonight, that obviously means they have to win back-to-back games somewhere along the line. But,
right.
Pacers should be feeling the pressure. You're at home. You have home court. You did what you're supposed to. It's all teams. They always say, hey, the series doesn't start till the home team loses. Home team lost automatically. So now you have this 1-1 deal where who do you think is feeling better? Are the Pacers saying, hey, we've done this? Not only have we done this, we did it on the road, so we should be able to win at home? Or is OKC walking in there with the MVP saying, we got right, dude?
Yeah.
Like that was a fluke. We got right. So a lot of questions to be answered tonight.
I think regardless of how the NBA Finals ends up, I think it's safe to say that this is one of, if not the most historic playoff run by an NBA team like the Indiana Pacers.
Absolutely.
I mean, the amount of stats that were put out there of all the odds that were against them, where they had, I'm looking at this right now, they had a 1 in 75 million chance of winning those 4 absurd comebacks that they eventually did. I mean, you go back and look at the postseason in the NBA history, and yeah, you've seen some incredible comebacks. Yeah. But for this many in one postseason from one team is absolutely incredible. So even if the Pacers aren't crowned champions at the end of this, I think with how incredible this postseason has been for them, I think it's already been a win. They've already etched their name in history. They're one of the teams that have mastered these comebacks, and I think we're so quick to go on to the next game that we forget about what they did in Game 5 versus the Bucks. We forget about what happened in Game 2 versus the Cavaliers, or Game 1 versus the Knicks, or Game 1 versus OKC.
I'm so glad you did that.
Yeah.
I'm glad you did that because that was going to be my next point. They've done it in every round.
They have.
That was it. Carry on. You are an astute man. Like that.
I mean, they've done it every round. This is not something that, yes, I think the shock factor is still that they're still doing it.
Yeah.
Usually it's like, oh, they have this one great comeback win and then boom, it's over. Like they're riding, they're coasting on, doing all these kind of things. But the fact that they've done it so consistently in every single series, I mean, the Pacers have just been incredible.
I'm looking at one person, and I'm looking at Rick Carlisle. That's it. That's my consistent driver. Plus, I like this new look kind of Rick Carlisle. If you knew that Rick Carlisle back then, he had hair, he wore a lot of suits or whatnot. This is an older, more mature, more laid-back approach. He still gives it to him. Like every now and again, he calls a timeout. You'll see Rick Carlisle cursing up a storm. But this is a more subdued, I'm here to teach you guys. Like, really listen. This is more passionate, I think, Rick Carlisle.
Yeah.
Some quick numbers. Again, we were asking people, tell us what they are excited about today, in the world of sports. And, I obviously brought up the NBA. But I was listening to Dave riding in. And some weird numbers kind of stick out from the NBA. So, Game 1, we're talking ratings now, people. Lowest rated NBA Finals Game 1 since 2007. Stay with me. Game 2, and this is coming off of, a game-winning buzzer-beater shot, great game. You would think Game 2, people will be, seats in butt. It's a Sunday afternoon or Sunday evening, rather.
Yeah.
Let's sit down, let's watch the game. Lowest rated Game 2 of a final since 1988. So I say this to say, being in the city of Memphis, the greater Memphis area, whether it's Mississippi, let's just shout out people that are listening. Johnny, we know you have some people listening in Kentucky, Mississippi, why is my wife calling me right now? She has to know we're talking, right?
Yeah.
She has to know.
I think so.
But long story short, all the people, just all over the area, we're considered a small market, from a Grizzly standpoint. Are you supporting the small market teams, or is it a hindrance? Would you have rather seen, a LeBron in the finals, a Steph in the finals, something of that nature? Or are you kind of happy to see a Memphis Grizzly type of market, size team in both OKC and Indianapolis? Are you happy for them? Are you?
I am. I'm happy for this OKC team. I think right now they're in that sweet spot before they're nationally hated
they're nationally hated.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Well, look at the pattern.
Right.
You've got you remember the Chiefs from about.
Look at me. do I remember the Chiefs? Carry on. I was being facetious, but don't do that to me. They
I
stolen
know.
2. I've gifted
I
them
know,
2 Super Bowls.
I
gave
know.
them 2 Super Bowls.
Well,
But carry on.
so think about before their great run, where it was Chiefs. Where it was the Chiefs were nationwide. They were like, yes, we want them going. We want them winning. We want them to be the team that wins it all. And then they end up winning it all. And then the next couple of years, everything shifted. They're like, all right, we're tired of the Chiefs. Get them out. We're done. They just keep winning. They're too successful. Get them out. We want somebody new.
Correct.
Right now, I think the OKC Thunder are in that sweet spot where they're
a year away from being
I think so, because right now this team from a couple years ago was absolute trash, and now they've stuck together that bond. I mean, you hear the stories about SGA hanging out with his players, hanging out with Lou Dort.
Did you hear about Lou Dort living with them?
Yeah, I did.
Okay.
Living together. I mean, and that's that off court stuff that makes that bond
Correct.
so tight as players, that where you it's a do or die team. Like you do anything for the dude you're standing next to, and building that up, I think is a large contributor to their success. And I think right now, because they are a young team, and I don't think anybody from this team is really going to be going anywhere anytime soon, that they're building a dynasty. I think we're going to be seeing OKC in the finals for years to come. I think we're going to be seeing them kind of being like the Warriors in the 2010s, where they
hold on,
just
sir.
in the finals over and over.
Hold on, sir. Those Warriors went to 4 straight finals. Let me be clear about that. Not only did they go to 4 straight finals, they had the Splash Brothers, greatest shooters of all time.
Yeah.
They added Mr. Kevin Durant.
And
you are comparing that to this.
I'm
You're a brave man.
Well, you know, call it a hot
You're
take.
You're a brave
call it a
man.
hot take.
I had to stop you. You're a brave man.
I'm saying this in the style of how often we're going to be seeing
I get
OKC.
Not necessarily
going from.
talent
I'm
versus-
not comparing
okay.
like players
Roster.
to
You're not
players,
necessarily
roster to
roster player.
roster.
Okay, I get you.
I'm not doing anything.
Okay.
I think that we're going to see a
where
great
they're
run.
consistently there.
Yeah,
Western Conference Finals or better next 4 or 5 years.
I can foresee that with OKC, and I can foresee them being that team that people are like, yeah, like we want to see them succeed, and then slowly but surely turn into be all right. When are we going to see somebody else? When are we going to see somebody else from the West step up and dethrone them?
This team is built so much like we were. Let me just take you down Heartbreak Alley, because I have the roster. I have the roster kind of pulled up, and when I looked at it, it looks like my old Grizzly team. Superstar Shea Gillis, point guard. Got a little Lou Dort. Put in my man Dilly. You see where I'm going with this?
I like it.
Little Dilly. Got Hardenstein. You know, you got your bigs. You know, that's what you got your Jarens for. Your right hand go-to man that just hadn't got his just due, but eventually got it type of basketball player in Williams. That's my man.
Bane.
That's my man Desmond Bane.
Yeah.
You know, eventually we were like, he's going to make an all-star team. Eventually he's going to break out and be a 30-point game player.
We've been waiting for it.
But in the sense of where they were when that team was kind of, you know, in the beginning, kind of being orchestrated, it looks and resembles them so much, man. It just does to me. I mean, it's kind of heartbreaking, but you're happy for this small market. That's why I brought it up, because you know, you're happy for them, but you got to dislike them. You got to hate them for whatever reason. We're not OKC fans. I'm rooting for Indianapolis. I just can't. I can't see OKC winning a championship before us. Do you realize they've had 3 MVPs? Like, when you think about what you want from a small market or being a small market team, you want to have small incremental wins. You want to have an all-star. I don't know if you recall how big it was when Pau Gasol made the first all-star team, being from Memphis, Tennessee. It was like, we have an all-star.
Yeah.
When he won Rookie of the Year, it was like, we have a Rookie of the Year. It was something to hold on to. And then we got 2 of them. You know, then Mike finally, no, Mike didn't make one here, I don't believe. Did he? Maybe he was a reserve. Maybe Mike was a reserve. But Mike was the highest paid player in the NBA at one point and hadn't made an NBA All-Star team. So that was a little shocking little nugget. But then Mark, you know, to kind of fast forward to the next iteration of the Grizzlies, you know, you have the Marks, and then you have Zebo and their little run of making all-star teams. OKC has had 3 MVPs. Like, their city, their player was recognized as the best player in the NBA on multiple times. Do you know the pride that gives a city? Like, even if they don't win a championship, we have MVPs. Like, like we saw KD crying with his mom. We saw Russell Westbrook give people the most triple doubles ever in the season. Like, he averaged a triple double. Like, those are things that if we as Grizzly fans or as Memphians, if we're still holding on to 08 and that shot that went in for Kansas and stuff like that, think about how we would react if Ja won an MVP.
Yeah.
Like, we have the MVP. Let's build around it, so on and so forth. But happy for them. As you guys can see, I'm pretty passionate about those guys having 3 MVPs and us having none. So there you have it. But we're late. We're super, super late for a break. I guess we can get to it on the other side. That's happy hour for you. Yeah, we got a little bit. We're going to take a stab at it. We'll see how this goes. The first time we're going to do it.
On the other
we're
side.
going to give you some wood.
Oh, yeah.
We're going to give you some wood, baby. So we got a little hardwood coming up. Who knows? And who knows what'll be in it? Who knows what'll be in it. But on the other side, a little hardwood, little NFL action. May even talk a little bit of Oak Month still. Like I said, we love golf here, people. So get your golf on.
It's open weekend.
It's open weekend. Hug your dad if you don't have a dad. Think about him. That's what Father's Day is to me. I'm a guy that'll sit around and watch baseball. I mean, not baseball. Watch golf on Sunday and just take it all in. Just take it all in being a dad. So on the other side, a little hardwood. You got your man Lance. Got your man Darian. We'll see you. This is Happy Hour on Sports 56, 98.5.
Be sure to follow us at Sports56 WHBQ on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube to watch live video of our shows. Stay up to date with station events and have chances to win prizes. Don't miss out on anything that's going on. Follow us at Sports56 WHBQ.
Hi, I'm Glenda Hastings, owner of Napa Cafe, and I want to thank you for making us part of your dining experiences. If you are a first-time guest or have dined with us countless times, I want to thank you for making us part of your lives. Whether you're celebrating with the crowd or planning a cozy date night on the town, Napa Cafe can provide you an extraordinary evening. We have 5 dining rooms, including our private wine cellar, our Jan's room for 2 guests, and the Eleanor room for parties up to 60. Sit back, relax, and celebrate. Leave the cooking to us. Come see me at Napa Cafe, 5101 Sanderlin Avenue. We're open Wednesday through Saturday for dinner starting at 5 o'clock. We also offer curbside pickup from our full menu. For details on our stay-in, dine-out menu or reservations, visit our website at napacafe.com. Come join us. We can't wait to serve you.
Congratulations to Napa Cafe, celebrating 27 years of great food and service for you. Napa Cafe.
Eczema flaring up again. We have good news. Exoderm. If you or someone you love suffers from eczema or dermatitis, get Exoderm, the common sense answer for eczema. This stuff really does work. Exoderm contains the #1 doctor-recommended ingredient in a clean hypoallergenic cream with no harsh additives. Take back control of your eczema with affordable, fast-acting Exoderm Flare Control Cream. Exoderm. It's in the first aid aisle of your local Walmart and other fine stores.
Hi, this is Troy Five Ash, owner of Five Ash Roofing. Did you know there are so many roofing companies in Memphis that I don't even know them all? So that begs the question, which one should you choose? So I thought I'd give you a little background about me. My grandfather was a World War II Marine. My father worked for the University of Memphis for nearly 30 years. My mother, a pianist at Raleigh Baptist Church. Seems like forever. I went to Brownsville Road, Craigmont, and Bartlett High School, class of 81. We support the local school systems, youth athletics, and believe in what St. Jude and Le Bonheur stand for. I'm a Tiger and Grizz fan. The point? Memphis is my home. Five Ash Roofing will be around if you ever have a problem with the service we provide. Five Ash Roofing, fair, honest, and ethical, with deep local ties in our community. 367-0050 or memphisroofer.com.
Five Ash Roofing is what we do. We're here for you. Rolling, Raleigh Tire keeps you rolling.
Hello, everybody. I'm Bill Davis. Now, if you're looking for tires at a great price, Raleigh Tire has got you covered with national brands like Continental,
20-foot pools start at $19.99 install. Liners are starting at $2.99. You're going to need some pool accessories, so they're all up to 20% off. Not quite ready for a pool? That's fine. Get a 5 or 6 person hot tub starting at under $7,000. You can also go for a swim spa or perhaps a cold plunge tub. Those are now $2,000 off. Get patio furniture up to 50% off on select sets. Buy your pool now. Get on that install list. Mention this commercial, and your install is free. It's underlined in the in bold print, so you know it's big. It's pool time at Family Leisure. Family Leisure, Whitten Road at I-40, where family and fun come together. Jenkins Floors and More invites you to the retail warehouse where they pass wholesale savings on to you. Jenkins Floors at 2356 Goodman Road in Horn Lake. Also stores in Cleveland, Mississippi and Little Rock. They specialize in flooring and carpeting, tile, plantation shutters, and blinds. Jenkins makes your life easy with a 2-week turnaround. Contractors, builders, or family projects call 662-469-9350 for a free estimate. Owners Timmy and Rebecca Jenkins say hello to Sports 56 fans and look forward to your business.
But you gotta be willing to take the hit and not pointing fingers saying you ain't where you want to be because of him or her or anybody. Cowards do that and that ain't you. You're better than that.
Now back to Sports 56 Happy Hour on Sports 56 and 98.5 FM. This hour is brought to you by Tito's Vodka. Here once again, Johnny Radio.
Welcome back to Sports 56 Happy Hour with Johnny Radio. This is not Johnny Radio. This is Darian and Landon. We are sitting in for the vacationing John Harden, who is drinking Tito's on an island.
Vodka.
Yeah, Tito's handmade vodka somewhere on an island. Probably has some beautiful water around. He got the grandkids with him. We know that, right?
Yeah.
So that is reportable.
That is.
That he has the grandkids.
Take a little family vacation.
John, the family man. So John, enjoy. We know you're listening. We know you probably got your Bluetooth in, your expensive Bluetooth or whatnot, with your great hair and your great beard, John, and you're listening to your great show. Your great buddies are doing you very well. So,
speaking of his great beard, you know where he goes to get that thing trimmed?
Where does he go?
He goes to 901 Aesthetics. I'm not going to talk down to anybody or say anybody needs anything specifically done to them. But if you want to look great, you want to feel good, all those kind of things, head on down to 901 Aesthetics.
John would say, Landon, are you getting your ears plucked or something
might
today?
Need to do something with those pores, Darian. Might need to
you got to do something with those.
Do something with that. Regardless of what it is, 901 Aesthetics can make you look good,
pores.
feel good.
All right, before we get into hardwood, we would not be red-blooded Americans if we didn't talk a little baseball. So,
amen.
I will hold it down for the Cardinals side. Mr. Landon's going to hold it down for the Mets side.
Mets,
Mets. Anything that happens in between, charge our heads and not our hearts. So the Cardinals, who've been playing very, very well lately, they whooped up on my second favorite team, the Dodgers, and for whatever reason, I guess I wear a lot of LA gear, and people at the radio, the television station, they're like, aren't you a Dodger fan? And those are my little bobblehead guys over there too. So I got that set, and then I got the exact same set at work too at the other one. I have to show them my bobbleheads. Like, I don't have Dodger bobbleheads. People have Cardinal bobbleheads. But anyway,
that's the mark of a true fan.
Yeah, kind of have some bobbleheads, right? At your desk. But anywho, Cardinals lose a close one yesterday, 10-9 versus the Blue Jays. The Blue Jays are back in St. Louis, getting back on the saddle. Actually, a little day baseball. This is what John would say. Got a little day baseball action. 1:15. So 30 minutes exactly. Right now, 12:45. 30 minutes exactly before first pitch out in St. Louis. So, wish I could. You think John would? What if John is at the Cardinal game?
And he didn't even tell us.
He didn't tell us.
Unbelievable. Well, the Mets started off a little bit shaky yesterday against the Nationals. I was a little bit concerned because Griffin Canning is an incredible pitcher. I believe he going into that game had like a 2.6 ERA average, which is incredibly good. It's no Kodai Senga, who has the lowest ERA in the entire NL East. Shout out Kodai and that Ghost Fork, man, deadly. But started off the game, gave away a few homers. Washington Nationals were just playing really, really good ball. Quickly went up 2-0 against the Mets in just the first inning alone, and then the Mets started making a comeback. The big surprise right now, I think, for everybody, and it shouldn't be a surprise, is how Juan Soto seems like he's waking up. Juan Soto he's playing to the caliber in which people are expecting him to play.
I'm glad you didn't say he's playing up to the contract. He'll never be able to do that.
No. But it seems that he's waking up. He's finally getting into a little bit of a rhythm. He's finally getting into a little bit of a groove, and it just seems like he's having a good time out there. I mean, you see all the videos from the Dodgers series that they just came away from, where they're doing a bottle flip competition in the dugout, and of course Juan Soto comes over first try, nails the bottle flip, walks around, is laughing, having a great time. So it seems like he's finally getting into form. He had a homer last night. He had a really big hit that was a RBI double, I believe, that the outfielder for Washington Nationals just kind of fumbled with. But it took extra innings, and it took a great hit from Jeff McNeil, who's on an incredible run right now. Jeff McNeil, I believe he's the second baseman primarily for the Mets, has been going on a great streak. He's on a home run streak right now alongside Pete Alonso, who, Polar Bear, man, he is just absolutely tearing it up on the field right now. But Mets steal it in the 10th inning. First hit of that his first hit of that 10th inning since, I believe it was I can't remember his first name, but it was Acuna. Ran him home.
Ronald.
It's like something Angel, Jose Angel,
well,
or something.
I have your back on this. So I was just looking at the NL, and you made me kind of look this up. Speaking of the Mets, and I kind of was thinking, hey, the Cards playing well, Mets playing well. Let's look at the NL leaders. So NL East, I'm not shocked, but I mean the Mets. It's paying off. 43-24. You guys have last 10 games, 8-2.
8-2, yeah.
You guys are leading. Let's see, the Phillies. Phillies are in second place over there. So not a big surprise. The big surprise in that division is obviously the Braves. If you listen to Mornings with Eli and Greg and our main man Elijah says he feels the Braves has something coming. Like, a good run coming to kind of put them back in playoff contention, because right now they're just treading water a little bit. Look like maybe 3 games over the Braves. And then in the Central, of course, you have my Cardinals 36-31, but leading the pack, and they're probably overdue because they hadn't won in a while. The Cubbies. We never want to see the Cubbies doing well, but in honor of Dave and I believe Greg is a Cubby fan as well. We have a great number of guys in this building that are Cubbies fans that are pretty happy with this 41-26 record. And in the West, the Dodgers. I mean, who else would be leading? I guess you could probably fathom or guess that the Pod is, the Pods would be doing something. But the Padres, third place. The Giants are actually in second place over in that division. So 40-28 for the Dodgers. But not playing so well because, 4-6 in their last 10, a little bit because of the Cardinals, a little bit because of the Mets, you're giving them a little rough start. But, that's it for our MLB assessment, unless you got something else.
No, that's it on there.
All right, it's time to get to your favorite part already.
Hold on, before we get there, we had a texter earlier mentioned, because we talked a little bit about the Steelers with Aaron Rodgers, and we talked about them. And
what you got?
And this texter, Matt, said that we should probably also bring up Memphis wide receiver Rock Taylor. I've been looking it up, and I've been trying to see. We don't really have a lot of information on Rock Taylor right now, but our boy Jonah Dillon released an article not long ago about how Rock Taylor is just a solid player for the Pittsburgh Steelers, that they should 100% at least work out some kind of deal with, even if it's a little kind of tiny contract. But Rock Taylor being 6'3", 215 pounds, I mean, he's fast.
He ain't George Pickens, but he has to play that role. That's what I wanted to say.
But he is a good sized receiver.
Absolutely.
I mean, he's been the solid number 1 receiver for Memphis. I mean, he's spent all 4 of his years here at Memphis developing his game, really developing as a wide receiver all over all those years. So I think with OTAs going on right now, and the
should be a great number 2, right? Great number 2, right?
In a few years, I think. I think right now, and I could say the same thing about Xavier Restrepo for the Titans right now. I think Xavier got a lot of backlash because of his 40 time running a 4.83, I believe it was, and a lot of people were like, "Well, you can't be that slow," and you don't have
to be fast to be the best.
No, but I think right now I've been watching videos with him, and he's usually first up on all the drills. His cuts look great. He's catching passes. He's just looking like a star-studded receiver. There's a reason why he had back-to-back 1,000-plus yards receiving at Miami, eventually breaking that record that I believe was set by Michael Irvin at the University of Miami. So there's a lot of I believe there's a lot of young players out there. There's a lot of people who are looking for those contracts, who are working hard, and Rock Taylor potentially getting that little hookup with Aaron Rodgers over at Pittsburgh. I think it's something that we should keep an eye out for and look. I know every Tuesday on Sports Time with Bo Marchant, he covers the Steelers, so we'll ask him questions about that, see if there's any news on Rock Taylor. So I would say tune in on Tuesdays at Sports Time, and we'll try to get you some more information about that. But Rock Taylor, a solid option and a solid receiver who's really developed his game. So even if it's not with the Steelers, I think he'll land a spot somewhere in the NFL.
And to wrap up on Matt, you've been sending us quite a few texts. Congrats on the pressure washing deal.
Yeah.
That was his big news. He said, hey, we basically asked, what are you happy about in sports right now? Matt said he understands that what we were looking for is the question, but he said, hey, he got some assistance that he needed to get this new pressure washer. So thanks for listening, Matt. We really appreciate you, and continued success, good sir. So I guess other than that, it's time for your favorite.
Hardwood.
Let's hit hardwood.
This is Access Hardwood.
We got a lot of wood for you, baby.
You got anything, Darian, before I launch into what I discovered?
This is all you, full disclosure. This is all Landon's hardwood. Landon has he just couldn't. This is it. This is the creme de la creme. When you host Happy Hour on Sports 56, there's nothing better than hosting hardwood. So you go right ahead. Lead us off, man. What you got? I'll chime in when needed.
Yeah. Well, this will be very conversational. I'll say that.
All right. What do you got?
The other day, I was scrolling through Instagram and I was seeing some posts and stuff like that, some funny things, and I saw this list that came out of illegal baby names in the United States of America. Some of these you can kind of guess, and you can be like, okay, I can see where that came from.
Illegal baby names.
Illegal baby names.
Just define it. What
do
you mean by illegal baby names?
So there was for lack of a better term, it's basically if you were to name your baby this, they would not permit it. Like you can't.
In the U.S.?
In the U.S. and around the world, I believe.
So
is
there's
what the
no
article
free
said.
speech on it that you cannot. That you can name your baby whatever you want.
Some of them, I think it's not necessarily like if you name them this, you go to jail or anything like that. Okay. But I think it's just like, we'll say it's a prohibited list.
Okay, I get you. All right,
a prohibited list, if we want to call it that. Some of these are very interesting. I read them and I was like, I don't know where this is coming from. I don't know why these are.
I better be able to name my kid Little Tito's, but go ahead.
Tito is not on this list, so you can name him Tito if you want to. Tito's handmade vodka.
Little Tito.
However many times it's distilled in Texas and whatever. But we already made that play. The first name on this list, King. Can't name your kid King.
Yes, you can.
Kings on certain states have strict naming laws. Kentucky doesn't have any, but regardless,
pretty sure there's somebody really famous.
There's still a handful of names that were ruled illegal by courts within the U.S.
Okay.
And this was one of them, King. Right. So following that up, you want to take any guesses on what that would be? If you can't be named King, you can't be named Queen.
Kind of gave it away. Queen. You gave me a little hint on that because I was lost. You had me. I did.
Kind of had it going in there. Yeah. King and Queen. Apparently, can't name your kids King or Queen. I don't know where that came from, but
next, is interesting. I would not have thought King because I'm pretty sure I've heard some pretty wealthy people name their child King.
Well, I'm sure those very wealthy people could find their way around these little prohibited.
But you know what? I got one in hardwood before we get out. I know we're time is a ticking. We've been teasing it all day. What Mr. Aaron Rodgers, the big news he had. We're finally let the cat out of the bag. He got married.
He got married a few months ago.
So now you have a more mature, happy I don't know any other adjectives to give that brother right now, but congratulations to Aaron Rodgers.
At
Pittsburgh.
peace, question mark.
Pittsburgh, you have a married Aaron Rodgers. That's all I can tell you.
Aaron Rodgers.
T.I. Look at, see, that's why the Texans are listening. King, T.I.'s son has a name, son named King. Thank you, Texter. You're awesome.
Well, that's
but yeah,
T.I.
Aaron Rodgers is married. Just wanted to
Yep.
let them know. Not sure how Terry Davis feels about it. We'll find out next week. Is he happy about A, the signing, and B, he's married now. Like, you know,
Yes.
no more ayahuasca tours and all of that. I don't believe.
Well,
So,
with his list, because I know we got time as a factor.
Yeah.
Some other quick ones. Jesus Christ. I don't know.
what about Jesus?
I think Jesus.
Jesus
Well,
good?
I think that's
Good?
mainly a Mexico
I think
thing.
that's the most Johnny thing I've said all day. Jesus.
Probably. The Roman numeral 3.
Can't name your child 3?
The Roman numeral.
Oh.
It's just the Roman numeral
Okay.
3, which is very
The
interesting.
I, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
That. Next up, Santa Claus. Apparently they're not big fans.
What
of
if I
Santa
name my
Claus.
child? I'm not challenging anything you say, my good friend. But what if you named your child Saint Nick?
I think that's fine.
Okay.
It's not Santa Claus, I guess. Next up, Majesty. I don't know why that would step on any toes or anything
Pretty
like
sure
that.
there's a
but-
stripper or two named Majesty. But carry
Well,
on.
let's hope that's not their real
Miss
name.
Majesty.
Yeah. Next up, this one's just a given. Adolf Hitler. Can't
But
go with that.
But you cannot do the Adolf because young Dolph's name was Adolf.
Well,
Young
as
Dolph's
long
name
as there
was
was not a
Adolf.
Hitler attached to that.
It was
I
not
think-
a Hitler attached.
I think he'll be fine.
Thornton. Adolf Thornton. That
Yeah.
was Dolph's name.
There you go. Next, Messiah.
King had T.I. Listener. T.I. has a son named Messiah as well.
Well, then
T.I.
T.I.
is
just doesn't.
debunking your list, sir.
T.I. just doesn't want. He just doesn't want to abide by these
Okay.
rules. The @ symbol.
Okay.
I don't know what kid
at
out
Landon?
there. Yeah, I guess I don't know who out there is named @ I'm sorry, but apparently that's been deemed illegal by courts within the U.S. Now, I don't think this is nationwide. I think this is just courts in select places. And the final one, the number
Darian.
1069.
Okay. 1,060.
I mean, one, I don't know who's naming their kid 1069. I don't know who's out there giving kids numbers or Roman numeral names, but that's the list I have. There's some worldwide ones like Chief Maximus is illegal in New Zealand. RoboCop is illegal in Mexico. I mean, it's just an interesting list. I don't know where these came from. I don't even know how it came to be. But that's the point of Hardwood.
Texas said, can you name your child Loser?
It's not illegal.
It's not illegal.
From what I found, I don't think that's illegal.
Not illegal.
But I don't know why you'd want to do that to your kid.
Okay. All right. I get it. I totally get you. But what we learned from that was that T.I. has named his kid the majority of the forbidden names. So I hear that good music. Means it's time to go home.
It's a
Means
good
you guys
day.
got through day one of me and Landon. We will be back tomorrow and all
We
that
will
good
be back
jazz.
tomorrow.
But quickly, I got my 2 bets. I'm channeling my
Tell
inner
us your
Johnny.
bets.
My one quick bet, U.S. Open, easy. Scotty Scheffler.
Gotta
But
take Scotty.
if you're not gonna do Scotty Scheffler, I think at plus 700, my man John Rahm. I was always a big Rahm fan. He's smart. Yesterday he rattled off every U.S. Open winner all the way back previous 25 years. So I'm just taking either. If not Scheffler, I'm taking John Rahm. That's your U.S. Open pick. Holler at me Monday, people. Back when we're back on Happy Hour. And screw it. Give me the plus 5 with the Pacers. What do you got?
Getting
I'm
the
just
Pacers?
I'm just gonna go easy peasy.
I'm not a betting man, but I'm going to take OKC tonight.
Okay, and I have a what's the little bonus deal? So we're gonna go plus 5. We're gonna go Thunder win and over 228 for Landon. I am Darian. We'll do it. Same bat channel, same bat time tomorrow, y'all. Sports 56 on 98.5. Peace.
Make the world a better place.
Yeah,
Peace.
make the world better.
Push rewind. The Knicks are interested in Jason Kidd, and Jason.
One thing Bell Tavern can say with confidence is that you won't find a better selection of bourbon, whiskey, and scotch anywhere else in Memphis. Maybe anywhere. With signature cocktails like the 3 Whiskey Old Fashioned, the Barrel Aged Manhattan, and